Let's go.
I remember when I first got started, there was a million people who doubted. But now that the years have passed, it seems that y'all can't live without it. Lord, they keep pushing on because I knew it all along. The Illuminati's out to get me because I'm a threat to them. I'm a threat to them.
Hey. Hey man, that's all y'all get, y'all. I've been, listen, every week. So what I do, every week, we got a new guest in the room, so I try to give the people some type of beat, right?
Yeah.
Some type of beat, just to make them feel and give them an idea of where we about to go.
Absolutely.
So I start with the Illuminati joint in the beginning, you feel me? But welcome to the Mad Lucrative Podcast, the Lucrative Lounge Edition, man. Hey, man. So let me put y'all back on the game. The Lucrative Lounge is only with people that are proven, that's done some dope. You know what? I'm trying to censor myself too, because they've been trying to mess up my monetization. But that's why we got him. Yo, so welcome again. We got Mr. Earnest Epps in the building. How you feeling, man?
Man, feeling phenomenal, sir. Phenomenal.
Yo, so Tracee, shouts out to Tracee. She sent me an info, and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put my Tracee voice on because she's from New York. Yo, Meg, yo, you gotta get Mr. Epps on. He done got people M's like M's on M's. I was like, for real, like from the internet. So she like, yeah, like I'm gonna set him up. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, well, you know, I seen you the Zoom link, whatever. Yeah. And we gonna go ahead and Zoom. She's like, nah, he in Atlanta. We gonna be in the studio. I was like, all right, cool. Wait, let's see when. But I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here.
Absolutely. Now, when she hit me up, I was just like, I'm coming in person. Like, just tell me the date. Like, okay. I'm on the way. Like, no excuses.
Dope.
Like, I got to see my man in person.
Dope. Well, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
So, I like to start by asking you, who is Ernest Epps?
So Earnest Epps, man, you know, I'm a laid back, cool, you know, just in these internet streets, you know, running up bags, helping others run up bags, things of that nature. But, you know, I really got my background from like the corporate side, just kind of like the 9-to-5 grind.
Okay.
And, you know, I got 4 kids. Yeah, man. People ask why I work so hard. I'm like, I got 4 kids, man. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know anybody that don't like they got 4 or more kids. They all work hard.
Yo, I got 2.
Yeah.
I got 2, and I just be like, yo, again? Like, you just did that? Like, okay.
Yep. Got wifey too. She be holding it down.
Okay.
Heather. So yeah, man, just 4 kids, my girl, and you know, again, started off in 9-to-5 corporate, just trying to chase the corporate dream, you know.
Okay.
Because literally my mom, she told me like, you know, go to school, get a good job, you know, work, you know, and you know, that's the American dream, you know. And I actually got fired from my dream job.
Okay.
And that's
what?
Man.
How did that happen?
So I just got a phone call from my supervisor, and he said the company was going through a restructure, and I was restructured out of the structure. So I'm laughing about it now, but I tell you guys, man, you know, for those of you that ever had that experience, especially when it was something that you really loved, that broke my soul. Like, it literally broke my soul, man. Like, I cried like a baby.
Yo, I feel you.
Like, for real, like, I mean, like, snot, tears, like, couldn't breathe. I mean, like, that that nasty cry, like, So, yeah, man, it was terrible.
So my fire journey was a little bit different, right? Mm-hmm. I kind of deserved to be fired. I'm not going to say the name of the company. Yeah. You know, it was a car rental company, we'll say that. And I was helping out my friends that would come by to the studio, and they'd be like, yo, Mag, I need to do what I need, you know, whoop. Can you get me a rental for the weekend? And I'll be right back. I'm like, bet, I got you. So I would run it up with I ain't going to say the name of the company, but they tell you to put the insurance on to the car. They be like, yo, it's a markup. Tell the customer it's $30 a day extra. Did you get commission? This. I was like, all right, bet. I'm already a people's person. Like, we gonna talk whatever. I've been like this since a child. Like, it's never changed.
Yep.
They told me that. I was like, bet. They need a car. I'm in the rental car business. Come through Friday. I got you, bro. I was running it up. So happens, one of my clients, one of the renters, one of my renters came through, made a run. The car got impound.
Ooh.
And like, I think it was in Virginia.
Oh man.
And we in North Carolina. So I'm like, they're like, did you know this car went to New York? The tracker said it was in New York. Did you know that? You know they were doing that? I was like, man, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, they said that you knew the truth. So, yo, that joint happened like 2 times.
Oh man, twice, yeah. They was like, nah, Magna was popping.
When you running it up like that, you just like, yeah, I need the bag. Yep. So anyway, so my fire journey, I was like, I get it. You know, appreciate you not, doing anything else, but I get it.
Yep. Yeah. Nah, man. On my side, it was, that just crushed me. So it like forced me to like have to do something else. Not want to, like I had to. I was like, I'm never going to let this happen again. Cause like I already knew, especially because I was a sales manager for a marketing firm. So I was managing 77 retail location departments from South Carolina to Massachusetts.
Dope.
So I know how much volume that we're pushing. I know how much, inventory that we're moving on the street. So it's millions of dollars. And I was making a little under 6 figures at the time. But again, when I say my dream job, again, I was making good money. I was in my early 20s. They were paying for my car, my cell phone. So literally my checks was going in the bank, like, because I was traveling on their money. Oh. And I had a company corporate card. So I could spend whatever, like daily.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, man, I was living the dream, man. So like when that happened, I was like, yo, I'm never going to put this much energy into another brand ever again.
I love it.
And I just had to figure it out.
So, okay, in that figuring it out, what was the first idea or thought that you put energy into?
Oh man, I danced around for years.
Okay.
So like I tried affiliate marketing, network marketing. Like I was in like Amway for like 8 years.
Oh, I remember Amway.
So, no offense against MLMers. Like, I know there's a lot of people multi-level marketing that's doing solid, but I just couldn't figure it out. And just bouncing from thing to thing, I tried to start a remodeling company. Okay. Because I came from the remodeling industry before I was in like, like the retail marketing side.
Well, what year was this?
So this was between like 20. This is really because I started a little bit of some of that stuff when I was like working full time. So I'd say between like 2010 to like 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was through that phase of just trying to, just figure out different things. But especially when I got let go, I was just like, yo, I gotta try some stuff. And ultimately though, I could never really figure anything out, and I was just depleting like the family savings like month after month. And then wifey's like, bro, like if you don't figure something out, you gonna have to get up out of here. Because I was sleeping, I was laying, I was just really just like in a just funk, just like really just like, again, when like I think too as like a band, when you're not performing, right, like at a high level, like taking care of the fam,
right,
it's just like that's pressure. And then like you start to beat yourself up. You're like, man, like, I kind of suck, I'm a loser, like, man, this is like, dang, she's like taking care of everything, like all the pressure's on her, and like, I'm just like failing miserable at like all these different things. So I did actually have to get another job. Okay. Just cause like that was like the short-term best solution. Right. But when I did get it, I knew without a doubt I was not going to be there. Like I cannot stay here at this job.
Right.
And it forced me to, again, like get some cash flow coming in the house, but now like really make sure that I could build something that could actually support the family for real.
I love it. I had the same type of story. We got a lot alike. So my story was similar to that. After the success of the music business, after the Grammy, the pretty stuff.
Yep.
As as Atlanta has been for years. They're like, oh, nah, you ain't going to pull up in the W in that, is you? So I was like, nah, what I need to do? Boy, go ahead and get you like that Tahoe or the Beam or something. I was like, all right, I got you. Go cash out, get that joint. Do something else. Oh, boy, you going to wear that? You need so-and-so. All right, Go out, cash out, do that.
Yep.
The only thing that stuck, that really hit home, it was two things. I couldn't provide. So my wife ended up having a part-time job like at after school something. Like we were just broke. Like for real broke.
Yeah.
at that point, every car that was like dope repo, it was gone. Like, because I had got to the point of not cashing out for a car, but I was just like, I got good credit. I'm gonna go ahead and get this.
Yeah, get that. Yep.
And that was terrible, the worst. So she said it was one thing. She was like, and we were Christians, so she's like, you gonna pray? You don't need to pray. You need to get a job. So
Yep.
Like, let your wife tell you that. You're like, all right.
Yep.
The gig is up.
Yep.
It was that, and then the birth of our first child, our oldest daughter.
Yeah.
That made me be like, okay, I can't just do music. I got to figure out something else, like you said, that's going to provide income.
Yep.
So the remodeling business for us started as a handyman business.
Nice.
I did, funniest thing ever. I can't lie, bro. I cannot lie about this. So I looked up on YouTube. I was like, yo, how to install light fixture. So I was like, okay, it's 2 wire, 3 wire right there. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing for a ceiling fan? Type that in, looked at it. I said, okay, I can do that. We made a post. Y'all lying like a mother to me. It's like insured contractor light fixtures for $50, $75. Bruh, we got the first call.
Wow.
Shouts out to the little lady in Stone Mountain. The lady in Stone Mountain hired me to come put the ceiling fan in. So I put it in just like the video said.
Yep.
Came, left, she paid, whatever. I was like, cool. She's like, I got more stuff for you to do around the house. Cool. I was like, bet.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, we in.
Yep.
$75, 30 minutes, bet. We could do that all day.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh, she called like an hour later. Yeah, the ceiling fan's falling out of the ceiling. I said, okay, I'll be back to fix. I say, it's sometimes the anchor, I was finessing, like, sometimes the anchor don't be connected to the ceiling. She was like, okay, well, I understand. So I fixed it and got out. She was cool. It never, I don't think happened. If it did, she was like,
that ceiling fan's still up.
So, okay, cool. So from there, you go to, you said you did network marketing, so you know what that felt like.
Oh, yeah.
Are you one of the people that take nuggets from every job that you've had and you incorporated it in your business in some facet?
I think everyone does, like whether consciously or subconsciously.
Okay.
Right? Because, we all, with all experiences, we should be building on, those stepping stones. So, again, either whether it's consciously, oh, yeah, I remember when I had that experience, I knew I could probably do it this way, or even when hiring or recruiting or something like that, right? Because as the owner of your business, you're constantly dealing with people. So again,
right.
Those skill sets in different environments all are symbiotic, right? One of the things I always tell a lot of just clients and just people in general is the fact that, especially when it comes to marketing, advertising, and sales, those strategies and processes and systems are really symbiotic, right? So we were just talking about the Social Proof podcast where when they hosted one of their events with David Shands, shout out to David Shands.
Hey.
So with their campaign, they were doing a live event. I came in and took digital marketing principles, helped them re-engineer part of their marketing campaign, and it took off like a rocket ship, right? I also built online stores. The same principles that I used to build online stores, I also used to sell digital courses. I also use that to sell agency services. Literally multiple. I do that to run live events. I do that to do speaking engagements. Literally the whole process of marketing, advertising, and sales is really symbiotic. The question you just got to ask yourself is how do I make this work here?
Okay.
How do I get that same behavior from an offline perspective? So again, in a retail store, getting a consumer to make a buying decision on the spot, how do I get that same type of emotion and feeling to happen on the internet without you having to talk to me?
Got you.
So
having different things in a play to help push whatever the initiative is for the sale, having that in print so people see it. Okay. Instead of me telling you, no, you need to go buy this because it's going to do this, making it look attractive enough to get them to Okay.
Absolutely. That that's one component. Like, so that would fall under the category of like conversion rate optimization. Okay. Right. So you got multiple facets of like, marketing, advertising, and then sales. Like marketing is more so to some of the point that you just talked about. How can I make a message attractive enough to then get a consumer, especially someone who doesn't know who I am or who I like doesn't know I exist, to be able to make like a buying decision. Right. And then the traffic component, which is the advertising piece more so, because, the other part too is like a lot of people like, I started a business, but it's like, well, who knows about it? Mm-hmm. Right. And they're like, my business is failing. And I'm just like, well, how much traffic have you gotten to the like the business? Right. Whether it's like a landscaping business, like what does your outreach program look like? Yeah. Right. Like, are you dropping flyers? You knocking on doors? Like if it's an online store, like, where are you advertising at? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Like, where is the traffic coming from? Yeah. It's like, oh, I ain't got none. Well, that's the problem.
Okay.
So.
Question. Mm-hmm. So, have you ever been through any of the cases where you've helped a person build so much traffic where they don't have the infrastructure to meet the demand or meet whatever the sale is?
Oh yeah, it happens. It happens. More often than not, right? Okay. So like you can run into a situation where you like make too much money. Like that can that could literally be a problem. Like for real. Like it's like, dang, I'm just making too much money. Like I can't keep up with it. So yeah, I've seen people like kind of self implode because there's too much traffic coming in. And to your point, the operations isn't there because most people like again you're oftentimes just so focused on increasing the transactions in the sales where you forget about increasing the back end and the infrastructure. Mm-hmm. So the operations of the business, and that's the non-sexy, non-glamorous, like
it is,
stuff like nobody gets to see, nobody sees on the front end. They just like they hear the dope beat, right? Like they're just like, yo, that track is fire, like yo, that beat is fire, and they're like. And then on your side, you're just like, yo, I've been like engineering this for like 78 hours straight, right? I haven't slept in 3 days.
Yep.
So yeah, man, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you got my wheels turning. That's what I'm like. Okay, I got a few notes too that I just put down too. So, but okay. So say you've built up a company. Has there ever been any companies where you've helped them build the traffic where you're a partner with and you can actually pull residual income from? Or is everything like a work for hire type of deal most of the time?
So I've actually done both models. Right now I got a couple, I got 2 JV deals that we're kind of like in the beginning stages of different things. One is actually kind of like a locked in agreement with the potential of like a $30-40 million exit in the next like 2 years. But yeah, I've done that. And then also more when it comes to like, really people first coming into my ecosystem, me personally, I have a very long vetting process. Okay. And it's only because like, I just had a bunch of battle scars from like the industry. Like I know you probably had like an immense amount of them because every industry, especially once you start moving up levels, you start noticing like some of these people that got these bags, like they're just not who they say they are.
No.
And you're just like,
they're not.
What the heck did I get myself into?
My wife gets on me about that, right? Because I'm not a pessimistic person because I'm very positive, right? Yep. But I'm very strategic, and in being that way, I've seen. I ain't gonna say no Atlanta names because you probably know most of them, but I've seen some people in Atlanta, and LA, and New York, and some in Charlotte. But they'll run around, and I see the social media, right? I might see them with, I'm gonna say 1 million followers. We go to the moon. Yeah. See them with 1 million followers, and then see them in person. It's like, okay, of course I'm not a flashy person. I will drive my same pickup truck with $250 million in the bank. I will drive the same joint. I'm good, especially after living in the cap life with the industry and knowing what that is. Like it's like nah. If I want a Tesla, I'm gonna get it because I want it, not because I'm trying to impress. Right. So seeing those people with the big followings and this and that, got the Jag, whatever they got. Yeah. And then you see them in person, it's like, nah. Because I know I know for sure millionaires, right? Mm-hmm. White and black. I know what it looks like after somebody's lived the life of being a business owner and having to eat oodles and noodles because you got accounts payable.
Yeah.
I know what that looked like.
Yep.
So when they get to M's up, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. But some of these joints, I'm like, I need receipts. I need the receipt. So in the cap life, right?
Yeah.
How are you with busting the bubble of the people that come in and they're like, yeah, you know, I got this, and that, and you say your charge is $20,000. Mm-hmm. I charge $20,000 to do this. And they're like, well, yeah, I don't know if I can.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It'd be like that.
Yeah. Yep. So how is your response to those type of people? Like,
I mean, you know, the thing is like I choose not to, like, you know, to your point, and like you probably don't do this either, is like put people on blast and be mm-hmm. like, yo, like, you know, I saw your post the other day. You said you made $1 million last month, but like you tripping over like $5,000 for this, you know, widget or software or like something like that. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So one of the things, again, from just like a vetting process is like, I don't just look at what you say, but I look at what you do.
Okay.
And I'm following behavior. Right. Okay. So to your point, it's just like, you know, you see so-and-so like riding around in like a Lambo on social media, right? Like they're posting Lambo photos, like, you know, consistently, like the same one. And then all of a sudden it's just like, you know, you because they don't think you remember. Now 6 months later, it's just like, yeah, you know, I was in my boy's Lambo, like such and such. And then like you find out another 6 months. Now we 18 months in. It's just like, yeah, you know, I rented that Lambo. And I'm just like, hold on. A year and a half ago on your post, you said it was your Lambo.
Exactly.
Like, yo, I'm living the Lambo life, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. Like, so I'm constantly just like studying behavior. So like I always give people like, you know, the benefit of the doubt just starting mm-hmm. off. But, you know, I had one manager tell me that just stuck with me forever. And like actually was the guy who fired me, but he always said some pretty wise stuff every once in a while. But he told me to always trust but verify. Right? And now
always trust but verify.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, trust but verify. So my verification process has just gotten way longer. To where like I gotta follow someone like minimum like 6, but ideally like I want to follow you for like 2 years.
And that's if you're gonna get in bed with them.
That's just in general, like whatever. I mean, like associate with you, hang with you, like have a conversation, allow like for us to be able to freely have conversations back and forth.
Yeah.
Like I gotta study you as a human before like I really kind of let you in like an inner circle type situation, because life is too short. There's so much time and energy that you can like put towards situations or people, and there's also people I've like helped make millions of dollars, like tons of people. Like again, I'm not, you know, especially like some of the influencers and stuff, like no, like again, I'm not gonna drop any names or anything like that, but a lot of my clients too. Like I literally just shared the other day, a client of mine who just made $2.1 million. This is over like a two and a half period, but this was from one channel, mind you. So this wasn't like the free traffic that we showed him how to be able to get. This isn't the traffic that he's getting from Facebook. This isn't the traffic that he's getting from Microsoft. This is just one channel, $2.1 million on $100,000 to spend. So with that being said,
you see my eyes, right? I'm like, cut the camera. Tell me now. Go ahead.
So yeah, again, like I know like some of the stuff that I can share can be like super impactful. And oftentimes I share a lot of stuff for free, but you know, the difference between like when you have like an intimate conversation or intimate relationship with someone, like you're really engineering the stuff that you know towards them, so they could be like, you know, really successful or, you know, even more profitable or lucrative or whatever ventures it is that they're pursuing. So yeah, I just take that really serious now. So like my vetting process, and I think everyone should, because I think that's the challenge that consumers are running into often now, especially with so many spammers and scammers on the internet, is that, you know, you see someone in that they sound genuine, it sounds sweet, it looks sweet, and then you like make the transaction and then they ghost you. And it's just like on the front end, it's just like, yeah, you know, I love helping people. Like, you know, if you join my program or like if you do this, you do that, like we're going to take care of you. And then you get in, you're like, where's so-and-so?
Maybe you can help me with this, all right? Perfect person to talk to about this. So, I have a really bad problem giving certain information out, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of my peers, no names like you, no name. A lot of my peers is like, oh nah.
You got big dog peers.
Yo, okay, so what happens is, because I told you, when you first came, I'm like, yo, I see all of these bleeps making this money online. Mm-hmm. For me to make that money, it's either been real estate or land a beat or some type of commercial sync. For me to see that kind of money, I've never seen it online, so I got to see how y'all doing it first. And a lot of the people, like somebody forwarded, I might show you the page. But somebody forwarded me.
Actually, after this, I could pull you up a couple M's and show you how some of this stuff works.
Yeah, I need it. And look, you help me make M. Look, I will sign it. I will make this dude half the owner of Mad Lucrative. Like, no cap. I will do it. I don't care. But so somebody forwarded me a guy's page, and I was like, okay, it's dope. They were like, yeah, you can pay for consultation. I know you've been trying to blow your pod up and move into that industry. So I was like, all right, cool. I see what's what. So I looked at the numbers. I was like, all right, numbers cool. I think it was like $150 for 15 minutes. So I was like,
yeah, it's not bad.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like $1.50 to me.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, but principle. For me, it's the principle.
Okay. Yep.
All right, so I sent the dude a message. He's like, yeah, you going to do this, cash at me the bread. 2 minutes later, done. All right, let's set this time up. He said, all right, cool. Set the time up. I'm busy.
Yeah.
I told you all the stuff I do between potting. We got the event space, this and something else. Filming.
Yeah.
Got two kids, wife.
Contracting business.
Regular job still, because I ain't out that job. I don't trust it yet. Yeah. I don't trust it. So I'm going to let it go at some point. But anyway, I'm doing all these other things. I schedule everything to the T.
Yeah.
If it ain't happen, if we say 12 to 12:30, that's what I plan on. Mm-hmm. I might do 1 or 2 minutes, but after that, I'm like, we're gonna have to reschedule because I got other stuff going. So, dude tells me, I do your consultation on, I think, Saturday at 11. I pod on Saturdays.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, cool. I said, if that's your only open time, then I'll make it happen. Mm-hmm. 11 o'clock came. No word. 11:02 came. No word. I sent a message. Didn't respond. I was like, all right, cool. He just got $150 off me. It's cool. No issue. Yeah. He sends a message the following day. Yo, sorry about that. I'm going to set a consultation with you the next day. I was like, well, I'm busy. Yeah. Like, this ain't just no homeboy, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, what's your free day? I said, Tuesday at 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. He came through, right? Okay. He's telling me, and I'm like, am I dumb? Like, I feel like you're making me look dumb. Like, but he's like, yo, yeah, so you need 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of time to monetize on you. I said, I'm already monetizing. So, I told you this in the message. Yeah. I already told you this. So, yeah, so, the best thing you do, try to do keyword, make it look like your subjects, how you title your podcast. I think you need to do that. Title them different. I was like, okay, but I'm noticing all you're doing is running up the time to try to be like, all right, 15 is up. If you want something else, it's going to be another 300, 400. And for me, again, I don't mind paying. I think I paid the most that I felt comfortable was like $3,000. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get nothing out of $3,000. I paid $3,000, didn't get nothing out. So for me spending that kind of money and not get a hint on how to make it back, I'm like, nah. So now I have you in the corner. And my point was this. Yeah. I don't feel comfortable. And I helped somebody make $96,000 last year, October. Yeah. My first success story as a mentor to mentee.
Nice.
I put them on to Real Estate Play.
That's what's up.
Put them on to loan officers. Set the whole thing up. Yeah, my contractors, they did $96,000. I posted that. They was like, "Oh, you out here getting it?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So if I'm out here getting it, and I've showed you that I've helped somebody do this, why are you still asking me for something for free? Or feel it's an issue if I say it's $500 for a coaching call for a month. I said $500 for a month coaching call. Any music business, anything, ask me whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Oh no. Where's my issue? What did I do wrong?
So, I mean, it's just like, people in general, right? Especially like whether it's like, so it sounds like that, what would be considered an offer, right? Because that was something that was presented to the marketplace for a monetization perspective. It was, to a warm audience, right? That also wasn't used to you probably offering a service publicly, right? So it's kind of like possibly like a shell shock, right? Like, whoa, like, now I gotta pay to talk to Mac. Okay. I'm used to getting everything for free, right? So potentially you probably inundated your audience and conditioned them to like be more receptive to just a bunch of free stuff. Like they're just so used to like, oh, Mag's in the pod, I'm gonna get everything for free. He's gonna give me the game. When he posts content, like I'm gonna learn some stuff. Right. I'm gonna just get the game, to where that particular audience that you have right now potentially is just so used to getting everything for free. It was kind of like a shell shock, right? And then now you have the other aspect of, one of my things is to always just add more value to a person and then present something so good that it would just be hard to say no. Okay. Right. So, for example, like right now, what I do is like every Thursday I go live. Right. Okay. So every Thursday I go live, and like, to your point, like you really care, like you really are helping people, you really giving stuff that's going to make a big impact on them. So like I'm giving massive amounts of game away for like free. Like people know, like they know they should be paying me. It's just like by the time you leave the presentation, you feel bad. So like here's the scoop, right? My primary marketing campaign is to actually just have people come in for $1. Okay. That's it. Just $1 for a full 30 days, and then after that is just $47 a month. That's my main marketing campaign for my personal brand right now.
Did you help with the morning meetup? That marketing?
No, so that was Shan's. Yeah, that was Shan's. It's kind of so it's funny. So I can't remember what he called it before the morning meetup. It was a different brand name, I think it was. So 4 years ago, I modeled my current continuity program from Shan's. Oh, actually, I don't ever think I told you that, Shans, if you're listening. So between him and Eric Thomas, I took their continuity program. Yep, shouts out. And I created my own for what's called Econ Masters Club. So that's how I developed my continuity program. I used both of theirs as like case studies, because I was a part of both of theirs communities. So I put mine together, based off of the industry that I'm in, and then boom, that kind of birthed that. But I do $1 for 30 days. Also, because it's completely different in the industry. So if you look at most trial offers, because that's what it is, most trial offers are either 7 or 14 days. Right. Whether it's a software, coaching, whatever the case is, it's like usually 7 or 14. So I said, I'm going to do 30 because people aren't used to 30.
No, that's a steal.
Mm-hmm. It's a steal, right? So I'm adding massive value to your life every single week, where, I've even had people take the stuff that I just share like publicly for free and say, yo, this made me $2,000. This made me $5,000. I made $10,000 last month off this tip that you shared, right? So like now you got that, and it's just like, yo, I got to pay my man $1.
How you feel about that? Because again, I don't know, man, and maybe some of the music industry has me a little bit jaded on my expectations. Yeah. But some of it, like, I got another youngin'. He got hired on at the job spot. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, you young, you 24. What you should do, and keep in mind, the real estate stuff I'm good with. I know how that goes. Yeah. The Turo stuff, I just got friends in that business, so I know how that goes from them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. So I'm telling him, I said, yo, maybe you should, how your credit look? His credit was good. I said, okay, get you a little cheap something, throw that joint on Turo, get you an apartment, try to Airbnb that joint out. Yeah. Came back to me, and I did it for free again. Yep. He came back mad. I just came up 4,000. I was like, okay. Okay, so for you, from $1, and somebody came up, you said 2,000 was one of them.
Yeah, 2,000. I mean, it's tons. Like, I even had one guy who his name is Sam, and actually I got a message I could show you, like literally like $500,000 a month. Like he's just like, yo man, I just made 500,000 last month. Like, just wanted to shoot you over a message, tell you thank you, bro.
No, don't shoot me no message. Don't shoot me no message. Shoot me a cash app, bro. We're not doing that.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I know, like, the thing is for me is like, I know that, just planting so many seeds, because oftentimes what happens is like, so for Sam, when he started having really great success, he did come back and start buying a lot of my programs.
Okay.
So he ended up buying a bunch of stuff from me post that happening, right? So, there's going to be some people that take it, run with it, have success. But the cool thing is, like, if as you're in the process of documenting that, to your point, like you had the one screenshot of old boy when like he had his success, that person like getting him on the podcast or interviewing them, right? And you're compiling these case studies of like people that have results, right?
Okay.
So now when you really want to go heavy on like the marketing and advertising for your next campaign, it's not like, man, like, does Mag really know what he's doing? Like, I know like he's like, a beast in like real estate and this, but like, can he really help me do this? And then it's just like, well, don't listen to me, listen to John.
Okay.
And then hit the play.
Okay.
Boom. Like, yo, I was talking to Mag, like, last month, and like he told me to run these plays, blah, blah, blah. Now I made $4,000. So like over the next year, that's going to be like 60 grand and like, profit I'm going to be able to have in my family, because like the strategy I learned, that's lifetime, right? So that's like $60,000 I know is going to come in. Even over like the next 5 years, that's $300,000 that's going in my family's household.
Right. Okay. So you know what? Again, I'm going to lean on you for that stuff, because I don't know. Like some of the things, I think being an open book and kind of having an open forum, because I go live too. My main avenue for going live is TikTok. They love me on that. Like,
wow.
Instagram be cool. That's like a lot of the older heads be on there for me on TikTok. I mean on Instagram. Yeah. TikTok, the young heads be on there like, yo, say it again. I'm taking another. And I like going back and forth and feeling like I'm making a difference and I'm helping, but I don't like feeling taken advantage of. Exactly. So I'm gonna.
Here's the thing I'll tell you too. So like you said, TikTok, younger generation, right? So like if that's where you're spending most of your time, energy, and effort. So let's say I can't remember the average age per user on TikTok, but I want to say like the average age is between like 16 and maybe like 20 or something. Okay. Right. So younger generation. So if that's the audience that you're focusing on, of course you're going to make less revenue, because they're in a younger mindset. Gotcha. Versus if you have a older, more mature demographic, they also have more disposable income.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts. Okay.
So like the income per household, probably like with your audience, is probably like $90,000 to like $150,000 a year, right? Like so like even though it might be a smaller audience, you can probably monetize more effectively on Instagram than what you probably will TikTok. So for example, like I have TikTok too as well. We just publish content. Like I don't spend a whole lot of time on there. Like my social media manager, she basically like runs the TikTok for me. So not a whole lot of activity happening. But from a multi-channel perspective, so like I ran a split test for like over a year between TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, to see which channel would actually generate me more revenue. Okay. And now I actually have the largest active Facebook group in the world for e-commerce and dropshipping.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you go to Facebook, you type in e-com dropshipping for entrepreneurs, largest active group in the world. It's over 130,000 members in that group. Yeah, I built that from scratch, and I launched it when I was in Barcelona speaking at an event in 2017. Oh. So, long story short, though, getting back to like task on hat, because I can get off on the bunny trail. I think we both can. Yeah, we can go. So back to the case study. So I did the case study, and Instagram like brought in like 3 times more revenue than Facebook did.
But you had more traffic on
But I had way more traffic on Facebook. Again, I got the largest group in the world. And the thing that I noticed too, from a behavior perspective, is that people on Instagram have a much higher likelihood to purchase also over Facebook. Really? Like I could literally pull up my analytics account and show you like the tracking software that I use called Hyros. And again, biggest group in the world in my industry, right? In Instagram, you'll see majority of the sales are from Instagram like clockwork. Wow. Like, and here's the thing, like when it gets to like marketing, right? I guess, again, from a multi, industry perspective, because I come from like, again, remodeling industry. I was a marketing director, retail industry. I was a sales director for a marketing firm, telecommunications companies. I helped them out when I was working there. So with that being said, again, looking at the data of the different channels, right? Again, having multiple industry experience, the thing is, especially like with marketing, is that sometimes it doesn't make sense, but the data makes sense. Like the data is telling you the story, right? From like a producer perspective now, I've never heavily been in the music industry. Like I became like an investor into a local company that ended up like not going anywhere. We did a couple shows and stuff, but I would imagine as an artist, like whoever's like the big dogs at the company, they're looking at all the data and they're saying, hey, most of our listeners are in Charlotte, Chicago, LA,
That's
exactly Houston. Right. So guess where we should probably do shows at?
In one of those.
In one of those. Like
all
they're
of
not gonna be like, man, let me throw a dart at the board and be like, let me just go do one in DC randomly.
We used to have to do that in the 90s. That was, look, I'm telling my age. But that's how it used to be. Analytics, okay.
And that's the thing, man. Like everything, like even then, like the analytics, they just use different type of data, right? Like because especially like with the record sales, right? Even though they were happening in stores, you could see the SKUs that were selling in the different locations.
That's true.
So again, like the big like the executives. So like this is what I was doing at an executive level. So it's like if we got all these zip codes like in an area for like remodeling projects, right? Like this area is $50,000 income per household. This one's $90,000 per household. This one's $140,000 per household. And your goal is to make the most money as possible with the least amount of resistance.
Exactly.
Would you go and try and sell a $30,000 window package to a household that only makes $50,000 a year?
Nah, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. You would go to the $150,000 income per household area because the likelihood of it selling is just significantly higher because they just make more money.
Exactly.
Logical sense, right? So like I've learned to just take really, because again, just having that little bit of experience, but like at the end of the day, it's like really basic stuff. It's just like, yeah, that just kind of makes sense. Like I should probably like go where it tells me to go. So doing the case study with Instagram being 3 times more higher is just like, all right, I'm gonna just really focus more on Instagram. So like right now, like we're going real heavy on Instagram, but also like I'm not neglecting Facebook, but I'm just not going to immerse my time on Facebook, right? So another example is right now, I will respond to 100% of the people personally on Instagram that message me. Okay. 100%.
That's a lot, bro.
Yeah. I won't respond to anybody on Facebook. Okay. Or Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. I don't respond to anybody. Okay. Instagram, I will respond to you. Because again, those are action takers over there. So I'm going to immerse my time into the channel that's bringing in the most amount of revenue. Don't mean I love y'all. Don't love y'all on Facebook. Don't jump out the group now. Like I'm leaving the group. I'm not following Earnest anymore.
With this, you've helped me. That's a little bit therapeutic for me because, like last week, I think it was last week, I told wifey, I was like, well, look, man. I was like, I ain't getting no money. Same thing. I know for a fact, like. Between shares, how many people look at stuff, how many people respond on Facebook, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm going to erase it off my phone. I'm not even going to. I was like, I'm done. I ain't going to do nothing. But I actually started a group on Nextdoor. Okay. Randomly. I only started the group, honestly, to promote my book. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to promote my book, see who comes in the group and see, start conversation. That joint started to grow. I don't even know how many people in it now, but I was just like, I put no effort into that, and a few people from over there bought books. So I was like, okay. So I made nothing on Facebook. I made good money on Instagram, but half of them probably like friends and family. So like, like I'm a good communicator, but I'm not a heavy marketer. Yeah, I can sell easy. I feel like I'm puffy. Yeah. When it comes to the sale, like I got the charisma to sell it. Yep. Easy. Even if I feel something for the first time, I'm like, oh yeah, sold. Yeah. I'm gonna figure out the script and execute like that. It's easy. Marketing and conversion. Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, no. I didn't know.
So yeah, had we had this conversation before, it would have been real easy. Like just focus on Nextdoor and Instagram. Like that would have been it. Like, from an organic perspective in terms of like daily effort, it's like I'm gonna put all of that into Nextdoor. Next, I'm gonna put it into Instagram for the day. But I'm still gonna distribute content across all the major platforms. Okay. Because the other side of it is you don't ever know which one's someone's in particular favorite platform where they could just go and cross reference just to check you out. Right. Especially as your service cost starts to go up. Like you go from $10 to like my highest service offer is like $75,000.
Okay.
Right? Like somebody, like they're going to go look you up. Like,
Right.
They're going to go to YouTube. They're going to go to Facebook. They're going to like Instagram. They're going to be
Before
going.
they spend that kind of a tab. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And even on like a lower scale of like $10,000, like someone's still going to like do some more research, and most likely they're going to go to their favorite platform, and you just want to be there.
Hold on, bro. You just put numbers out now. You said you. I told you I'm new to the space.
Yeah.
I'm a baby. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a baby in this space.
Yep.
You have a $75,000 offer,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a $10,000 offer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that people actually patronize the offers, because you wouldn't have it if you wouldn't have went to 75 if you didn't have a 10.
Yeah, well,
Right.
the thing is that the only thing that changes between the different offers is the amount of work that my company does for the individual, right?
Okay.
So like the 75,000 is someone that comes into our ecosystem that basically wants us to build the entire business and build the team and build them up passive income through the business. So where
Okay.
they're just collecting checks every single month.
They don't want to do none of the work.
They don't want to do none of the work.
Gotcha.
Right?
I got you.
So like for me to justify building you like a 6-figure business profit, like on the front end, it's got to have a price tag. Like again, I just told you about Mario, and I got multiple Marios.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
okay.
on the front end, you're like, yeah, it's like 75,000. But again, just like real estate, it's just like, man, I buy this house for like 100,000. The future exit of it is like 300,000.
Right.
So is the 100,000 really that that big of a deal? Nah, because you're gonna make 200 at exit, right? So it's the same thing on like the consulting side. The challenge is though, obviously making sure that you're purchasing from the right person, right? That has the ability to execute. But honestly, for me, like I don't get a whole lot of resistance from people in terms of like oh, Earnest is like charging $8,500, $10,000 for this, or like he's only charging $1 for that, because like during each of those different phases, the amount of exposure and hands-on experience changes, right? So for someone that's paying $1 for like the first 30 days and then rolls into 47, like I'm only showing up once a week, right? Like you're not talking to me every day, like you're not calling me, you're not calling anybody from the team. Like you show up or you don't show up,
Right.
And then on top of that, like you get access to like go through all the different trainings of like again, how to be able to start your business, how to be able to get grants. I have grant training programs, how to be able to run Google ads, how to be able to run Facebook ads, how to do conversion rate optimization, like hundreds of different trainings that you can be able to go through to be able to like have really great success as a business owner. So you already know. So like the whole concept of my $47 offer, once again, is to add so much value into your life. Because like people like ask me like, well, what's the catch? Like, what's the catch after the dollar? Right? And like publicly, I tell people all the time, like the goal is to give you so much that if you want to cancel, you feel bad.
Right.
Like literally, like that is my whole goal. Like, is to love on you, to pour into you, to give you so much good content that if you ever wanted to leave and you say, hey, I want to cancel, you're like, oh, man, Ernest got so much good. Like, I want to go to the grant training program next. If I cancel, I can't get the grant training program, right? So it's just like, that's the whole goal of the $47 per month, right? But now when you get into like the higher service levels that I have, like my Build It With You program, that's something where we're like helping you build out like the entire business. So we're helping you do the market research. We're helping you pick your products and stuff that you want to sell online. We're contacting domestic, real U.S. manufacturers.
Okay.
Like here in the United States, and actually setting up contractual agreements on your behalf. We're doing the work.
Okay.
Right?
Okay,
So like
okay.
we're building everything with you. So now it's just like, well, damn, like, well, even with that, like, I feel like you still feel like, man, like, that's a lot of work that they're doing just for like 10 grand. Like, I can't find that anywhere else. That's
Right.
like legit, like, that have like literally hundreds of thousands of receipts. And like, what's cool is that my clients show up every week. So like, when I say something, I'm like, yo, Linda, like, how was it last week? Like, yeah, I just made 4 times more money than what I made last year. Like, yesterday I was hanging out with Charnette. She's like, yeah, I made $20,000 last month. Like, every week, like, I can sit, like, hey, like, don't ask me, like, hey, yo, Ramon's in the comments. Ramon, how much money you make last week?
Shouts out to Mr. Toots. Yeah.
So, like, they're seeing, like, not just me saying it, but also, like, I'm constantly sharing, like, the success. I'm constantly, like, my people are showing up. And it's just like, yo, like, if I was, like, some scammer and spammer, like, anybody could drop a dime on me right now.
Right.
It's just like, well, yeah, that is true.
That's dope, bro.
So, yeah.
Hey, hold on, man. Nah, I gotta go ahead. I gotta give you one for that one called Like, bro, for me, I can tell just from like kindred spirits, you're genuine, right? It's not all about you and getting your bag, which it is necessary to get what you're supposed to get. Yeah. But you are genuinely trying to help people. Mm-hmm. And I can respect that. Like, even now, you talk about this joint, I'm like, yo, how much is it? Go ahead. Because I would like to figure out, and you probably already got it going on like that, but I would like to figure out how to offer a company that program on a month-to-month basis for like 50 employees, right? Just because I think mindset, outside of them just going out getting grants and all the money, whatever, I think mindset and having them locked in will help everything. I don't believe what's I say, like money ain't the root of all evil. Oh, it's no. The person that gets the money and what you gonna do with it.
That's so crazy because like I actually I tell my community all the time, like literally exactly what you said, and that's the first time we've ever had a like conversation about this ever, right? So like again, I just tell people money just takes on the personality of the person who has it. So if you give a bad person a lot of money, they're just gonna do bad stuff. Like I mean, like, but if you give a good person a lot of money, like they're gonna do a lot of good stuff with it, right? So I like literally like part of one of my goals is like, man, Ernest, why do you do what you do? And one of them is just because I want more good people getting rich. Yeah, like for real, like I legitimately want more good people getting rich because if more good people get rich, like we can do certain stuff, we can make certain impacts, like we can identify an issue and go solve it. And at the end of the day, let's face it, like it takes resources to be able to do it. Like, you know, I can't pull up to the gas station and be just like, oh Lord, you know, fill this tank up, please. Like, I don't want to have to pay this bill. I just want to drive off. He gonna be like, bro, I gave you a job and I gave you a budget. Use part of that.
Right? It's a little bit off subject and we're gonna wrap in a minute, but how do you gotta choose my words the right way. But how do you stay tuned in to the pulse of what's going on when you're not necessarily in that space with everybody? For instance, when the most recent thing with the gas. Yeah. Right? People, yo, gas prices is crazy, son. And this and that and this. I'm like, for me, I got business credit. Yeah. Gas ain't been an issue for a minute. Yeah. So I'm like, I did a little video on Instagram, so it did good. Like I posted videos just of the tank number going on, like, yo, it's crazy for the gas. But in actuality, it's like I'm not there because I don't like. They say it's gas $4. I'm like, oh, for real, I don't even know what that means. Like, and it's not being funny. And you see my truck, I got a truck. Like that joint drinks. Yeah. But I'm just like, I don't. Because I've worked so hard to position me and my family to not have to worry about necessity that we don't worry about necessity as much. Yeah. But how are you staying grounded, making what you make, and stay connected?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, man, it's just you just know where you came from. You know, It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. You know, through that whole entire process. I mean, you know, once I got let go from that job, like we were living in a 1-bedroom basement apartment with like me, wifey, her mom, 3 kids, and one on the way. And it was like that for like with the 2, it was like that for like 2-3 years. And that's when she was like, yo, bro, like we in this situation, you better figure something out. Yeah. Or like I'm gonna figure something out. Right. So like coming from that, like in, you know, just having different circumstances, especially like humbling experience happen in life. Like even when I was in corporate, like when I thought I had a big head, like, you know, just doing whatever, like, oh, I'm gonna just fire so-and-so just cause I can, I'll replace them, like blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen to me. So like, you know, like there was other circumstances in life that humbled me to where I don't need anyone else to do it, or I don't need life to come and do it. It's just like, Lord, I don't need you to come back and do that again. I'm okay. Right? Like, I know I'm going to just be chill. But, you know, just staying hungry and just like, you know, just staying focused on what the mission is and just, you know, just locking in on that. Right? Like, so like when you first come into my house and I just bought a 7,000 square foot estate and got my first Lambo, which is pretty cool.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Nah, you got the Lambo. Light flex. Go ahead.
You know, just a little something, man. So like even like with having that, like when you first come into my house, like the principles that got me there is something that I still live, sleep, eat, and breathe. Like we're not taking it easy. So when you first come in, right, I got my you got the spiral staircase, and to the left is my office. But before you go in the office, primary goals and objectives for like the next year or two listed all right there. Company
in the
philosophy.
foyer of the house,
like right when you walk in. As soon as you come in, right on, boom, right in your face, right? You walk into the office, my entire whiteboard with all the different businesses and industries that I'm in, all the goals mapped out for the entire year. And this was done last year, and they're just there for to remind me every single day. When I sit down at the desk, goals right there in front of my face. When you go upstairs, before you walk into my to the master suite, boom, goals right there. Before I lay down, right on my side, goals listed right there. So like every single day, constant reminder. Like even the kids know, like, yo, Dad, when you gonna get that like $1 million a month that you were talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang man, like shoot, they holding me accountable.
I like
man,
that.
Dad, you only made $200,000 last month, man. You're slacking. And like they have no idea.
If it's about you, like, yo, do you know how much people make like a regular job? Like,
yeah, man, it'd be crazy, but you know, just keeping those same principles and like, you know, just resetting the goal, re-engineering it, and just, you know, continue to focus on like why you got started doing what you're doing, and letting it be that like guiding reason for you to be able to continue to just move forward and you know, just kind of ascend and hit those goals. So,
bro, we can go on forever, but yo, first off, we're going to make sure we got all your info in the subject and on the screen. We're going to blow this joint up because you didn't drop mad jewels. And we ain't even get into, like, specific, like, logistics and this. That's going to be something we're going to have to hire for that.
Yeah, or actually, you know, if you want to do a show and, like, you know, want me to walk people through, like, a marketing campaign or, like, you know, just a process or system, I don't have a problem doing that. Like, an actual show. Like, I can share one of the campaigns I got that makes me $150,000 a year profit that I could just walk everybody through, and just, like, just one of them, you know, where you guys can kind of see, because multiple of these run all the time, so.
No, I wasn't expecting that, but look, we'll take it. Yep. You know, we'll take.
Well, again, the talk, you know, following up with the action, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, hey, if y'all want to squeeze me in and like share that to the audience, or if you guys, you know, want some of this game and want us to, you know, do a session like, you know, 100% free, just come on, just pour into you and just help you guys learn some different concepts to make sure that you're heading in the right direction in life. If you really, really want to be successful with what you're doing, and then you can hit up Mag, and then he can follow up with you and help you, you know, take the next steps. Because I know he's a beast at what he does. He's phenomenal. So don't hit me up, hit him up.
After I heard you talk, I'm nothing right now. I'm just like, yo, but I like being around people like that. Right? I interviewed Salim that got the Spice House restaurant, and just having people that are in that space that just killing it. I think like my overall goal for life, right? I want to have an institution, and that's for visual performing arts and like actual dancers, stuff like that. I want a school just for them, teaching them financial literacy, teaching them assets, liabilities, teaching them relationship building, and like the stuff you need.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to have an institution for that. I got a master class coming to. I'm gonna have to holler. I got to like that's it. But my goal is to help 1 million artists make $1 million without a label.
Nice.
And I know it's possible. Like yep. I seen too many people touch M's, and the M is becoming like regular. Like that's 100,000
that's the
now.
thing. Yeah, like.
So now it's 1 billion. Like that's the new goal. But if I could help, like you said, if I help 1 million people, artists make $1 million by themselves, a label can never come to them and say, "Well, look, here's 100,000, go dance." Mm-hmm. Here's 100,000. I want you to take all your clothes off, go dance, and we're gonna put you everywhere. And then we're gonna take 80% of everything that you make off of this, because we made you.
Yep.
And you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to change the narrative. Mm-hmm. And people like you is just, yo, game, giving it up. Like, and I'll retract my statement. I can see how people can make 100,000 on the internet. You showed me today. So I believe some of y'all still can't though.
Most of y'all are.
But bro, it's been real, Mr.
Absolutely,
Epps.
man. Appreciate it.
Tell them how they can follow you.
And, so it's just my first and last name, Earnest Epps. So EARNESTEPPS on every major social platform. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, WhatsApp, freaking Meerkat, all that.
I don't even know what that is, but Mr. Ernest Epps, y'all. It's not just a network, man. It's a network, man.